Okay. So I'm going to be. I forgot to get the instructions. Hold, please. I'm looking for the instructions for the pirate ship. No, 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 no. Where did they go? Where did they go? I'm just gonna throw it in the chat. Just saw it. Where did I just see it? I just had it because it's the same instructions for the. Yeah. No. There it is. I got him. I got him. I'm coming. I found him. I did it to myself. There we go. All right. I also found a part for the old Death Star. I'll put this guy over there for now. Okay. So I put in the description I was building, I was rebuilding. Sorry, I was rebuilding the Dark Falcon, which I was sure I had all the pieces for. I was positive. We were very careful when we disassembled it to make sure everything went into one bin and we weren't missing anything. Well, we were missing things. All towards the end, too. We found all the pieces we needed except until the very, very end. So, at the same time that we were building that, we were also rebuilding the Pirate Inn. And my thinking is the pieces maybe got mixed in. So I'm going to try to rebuild the pirate ship and then see what's hopefully left. And hopefully that's going to be the pieces that we're missing from the Dark Falcon. So we'll just start I'm going to start by disassembling the inn. and I'm going to put the pieces into this big bin, which has recently been emptied from the Dark Falcon rebuild. If anybody's interested, I can bring the Dark Falcon over. Um, it's not missing lots of pieces. The pieces it's missing are small and like hidden pieces. They're structural pieces mostly. So it's not a big deal. But it's enough that it's driving me crazy. I don't like not having the set 100% together. Um, I struggle with that, and with my kids, it makes it extra tough because, of course, there's a minifig in one, or a dog, or a cat, or a parrot, or a shark, and so things move around. We've got stormtroopers in the Star Wars sets that are in the Marvel areas, and Sonic the Hedgehog is all over places. So it it's hard. It's a it's a growth experience for me as I try to deal with it. Um, it's mostly fine. Um, it's not the worst. It's just something to get used to. I have to. I mean, to be honest, it's no worse than what my old sets are like at the moment, where I have old pirate ships and castles that have all been. I've my first pirate ship that is in a very slow reassembly process because the pieces are everywhere. And I've got giant, giant tubs of pieces that I just dropped that big, huge piece in here. There. Um, that it makes it impossible to find some. And I don't know from when I was a kid how many of the because when I was a kid I didn't care either. So when it was time to clean the room, if a single small Lego stud was on the floor and I was vacuuming, I may have sucked it up. And I didn't care then. I do now, but now it's too late. So we'll have to. I don't know how long that one will take to reassemble. If it'll ever get reassembled, it might. I might have to put it as together as I can, and then either just say forget it and scrap it, or go and purchase pieces so that I can complete it. I hope I can put most of it together without doing that, but I don't know what I have left. I don't know what I have for pieces anymore. My goal with those is to take them apart, is to rebuild them to make sure I have everything, and then potentially for the ones that aren't being actively either played with or looked at or out, take them apart, put them in individual bags or tubs with the instructions, so that they can be rebuilt in the future if we want to, and we know that all the pieces are together, and do that to the best of my ability. Curious if there's anybody out there what they're up to on this Tuesday morning, or yeah, still morning. I'm taking a quick little break from work for a bit to assemble. I'm going to keep the minifigs separate. I don't think there's any real. I mean, when I go to stop, I'll put them all together so I don't lose anybody. But for the moment, I'll just put them all in here. Yeah, see, like this red piece, that's one that I have that's missing on the Dark Falcon. So I don't know. This one very well could be the one that's supposed to be in here. I imagine I built it that way for a reason. That's probably what the instructions said. But if there might be an extra one in here because it came off the Dark Falcon and we saw, oh, red. Well, that's probably from this set. We put it in the wrong bin because although, I mean, things shouldn't have been. This tub was the one that had the Dark Falcon in it. If anything, stuff from other sets should have fallen in here, and the Dark Falcon set should have had too much in it. But that didn't seem to be the case. Although it did have a thermal detonator that I wasn't expecting to find in there. But that I don't know if one of the characters had one in one of the minifig. The pirate ship is retiring, I believe, at the end of the year. I've always liked the pirate ships. I can't remember if the castles, when I was a kid, the ones that me and my brother had were the castles and the pirate ships. Like I had the pirate ship and he had the whatever the clipper ship, like the I can't remember what it was, the other ship. And I had like one of the pirate islands. Um, but we also had some. See, I like to separate them all out because I don't. I don't know if that was an extra piece on there. Uh, if I'm looking for a specific piece and I get like tunnel vision, then I won't find it if it's attached to another piece. So I like to try to separate them all out. Especially, it's one thing if I know I'm going to be rebuilding the exact same thing, although even then it's kind of tough. But if in this case where I'm building something totally different, I want them kind of separate so I can find them. But so we had the pirate ships, we had castle. We weren't big on the space ones. I had a friend uh, who worked with me who had a lot of the space stuff, but the space ones weren't really my thing when I was younger. Um, although he passed away, and when they did the icon, uh, was it the Blacktron? I seriously considered getting it, if only for the memory of my friend, since I knew he liked those when he was a kid. I am stuck at the moment in a should I, shouldn't I with the Lego sets. I keep seeing all the new things that come out, the holiday things that come out. I am a sucker for the holiday, especially the Christmas and Halloween sets, even though part of me also feels like I shouldn't get those because we tend to take them out and use them as decorations. So they come out and then they go away. But when they go away, they usually fall apart. And it's like, do I really want something that is only going to come out sometimes? Then again, I guess if I have a storage bin to put things in that are seasonal, it saves me space for things that aren't. Which that was crazy this morning. I was going through sets with my son to kind of get an idea of what he'd like for Christmas. And when we went through the Minecraft sets on the Lego site, it was like, yes, this, yes, that, not that, not this. And probably, I don't know, maybe there was 8 sets, 9 sets by the time we went through, which I thought was pretty good of the ones that he was seeing. Then we went through the Mario ones. Actually, Mario, I think, was the one that was the bigger. I think that one was like the um, 8 or 9. Then we went through Minecraft. That one was less, just because I think there's less sets that he's been getting them for his birthday for a while, um, his birthdays. So he already has a bunch um, of the Minecraft ones. So there weren't as many of that he wanted. So this morning, before going off to school, I was like, okay, well, Should we let's look through the Star Wars sets and see what's out there that you might want for Christmas. And I'll put them on a wish list so that I have them for later. For if there's sales or anything, and I see it's one that he likes, I can just get it. Uh, and for a while there, we were thinking, oh, he's kind of out of Star Wars. He really likes the Mario Kart, and Minecraft. He's kind of done with Star Wars. Well, apparently not, because just about everything he saw for Star Wars he wanted, to the point where it filled up one wish list, and I had to create a new one because it wouldn't let me add any more to the wish list. They probably figure once you get that many things in there, it's not a wish list anymore. It's just everything. So I had to create a second one, um, which is going to make it tough to go through. The one good thing is there's so many things that he wants that if something's sold out or back ordered or retired, there's plenty of other options. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. Nobody wants to turn out my lights? Just make sure it's still working. It doesn't work as great at this time of day. Well, actually, partially because the other lights on in the other room. The lights are on in the other room. Forgot to turn them off because I blocked up the window to try to make it as dark in here as possible. It also doesn't help that using my phone, it does have a little bit of its own. Um, what do you call it? Um, it has a little bit of its own, uh, like night mode, light, dark mode type stuff. So it's adjusting the brightness when the lights go down. One of the nights I was doing it and I was testing it out, it actually went pretty black. Um, went pretty black one of the times I tried it. This is actually taking a longer time to take apart than I was expecting. I know what I need. Like, for right now, I'm okay, but I should grab uh, one of those separator tools. I know I've got a couple of them in the other room. Surprised I don't have one in here already. I guess mostly I've been building, and I don't make mistakes. Nope. Except when I do. Okay. Oh, we were going to have a meltdown in the house this morning. We had my kids are going to two different schools right now, and they were serving breakfast at one school, but they don't serve breakfast at the other. And this morning, breakfast was a double chocolate muffin. Chocolate chips, like chocolate with chocolate chips. And they went nuts. They wanted chocolate. This one wanted chocolate. Why don't I get chocolate? Well, your school doesn't do breakfast. I'm sorry. And when we offered things with chocolate, we did like a toast with one of those chocolate spreads. That wasn't enough. He wanted chocolate chips, just like the other one was getting. And we said no, mainly because it was time to go out the door. It was too late. If it was the weekend, maybe try to find something with chocolate chips, but not as we're trying to get out the door and off to school. My son will probably be upset when he sees that I took this apart. I think he had wanted this one, but I kind of want to make sure I've got the pieces for it and whether or not I can find the pieces for the Dark Falcon. I hate missing pieces. I hate when I'm missing pieces. I don't like having pieces missing. I actually one of the pirates in this one, um, we couldn't find. One of them I couldn't find his face, his head, and one of them I couldn't find his body. Now the body, it turned out, like the upper torso, my son had used for one of his hodgepodge characters, villains that he makes, which was fine. I just, when I went and did a kind of quick review of this set, I um, I just borrowed it, put the guy back together, and then put the piece back. But the head, I went through and looked for every single Lego head we had, and I could only find one with the face. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that's it. But it was on a guy that I didn't remember seeing before. Turns out he had that head too. So there's one missing. There's one missing in the house someplace. Knowing my luck, it's underneath a couch or something. I guess that's sort of the downside of I'm happy my kids like Lego because I like it. And so I'm happy they're enjoying it. Gives us something that, like, sometimes there's days that look like they're hard days, and it's like, you just want to go downstairs and build the Lego? Like, keep building the Dark Falcon, keep building the Death Star, keep building the whatever. And I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. And we come down and we build. And it's just a good way, come down, quietly do something. Um, and that works for a bit. Uh, but they're not as I don't know how old I was when me and my brother got our pirate ships, but I feel like we were more careful with them. They got built and we played with them, but we didn't play with them so that the things would fall apart and get lost. We played with them like a play set. I might have to go get a separator for this. Oh, nope, I got it. So many of these red flags from the from this one, the ones that are on that pirate ship, we were finding so many of them broken. That set is so old. I mean, I suppose I could make that my mission when I'm older and retired to be like, okay, piece by piece, go through all the sets, rebuild everything, find what's missing, find what we've got, replace the pieces, and then have them. But I don't know. I feel like this is the time for me to do something like that. Although it isn't the time because I don't have the time. Life is crazy. Whoa, almost lost one. Okay, that's way down there. So I'm going to take some of this stuff off. Oh yeah, there's one of the other things missing from the Dark Falcon is like a half of one of these like thick circle pieces. It's one of those half pieces. I can't think of anything else we have that uses those as to why it would be missing, that it wouldn't have gone in. But somehow that's one that was missing. It's possible it just came off and it just got picked up with bunches. Like we've got a couple containers in the basement that are just the loose pieces that they could play with and build whatever they want. And sometimes when the upstairs gets overrun with pieces, we just grab everything, we bring it down, and we put it in one of those bins. So it's very possible all the missing Dark Falcon pieces are just in there. That's actually when I was building the Pirate Inn, there were some specific pieces we couldn't find that weren't in the tray that they were supposed to be in. And I came down, and that's where most of them were at. I think I found most of them in one of the bins. So it was probably one of those cases where the pieces were all over the shelf. We were cleaning up the upstairs, just grabbed all the pieces and brought them down and put them in the first bin we saw. That's why we found them all in the same spot. Ooh, this really is taking me longer than I was expecting. I wasn't thinking it was going to take so long to disassemble the Pirate Inn, but here we are. And I don't have an unlimited amount of time because I'm only taking a break from work. So I'm going to do what I can before I have to get back. And then, if it is a nice day, later on, I'll be grilling up some steaks. I never would have thought one of my kids would have loved steak as much as he does. Like growing up, like we had steak, but I mean it was okay. It was just done in like the oven half the time, under the broiler, and so my brother didn't like it. He always felt steak was too chewy. It wasn't until much later when he started like uh, making his own and trying it when he went out to like restaurants that he started to enjoy it and would get it. Um, but one of my kids loved it. A nice steak off the grill, or when my wife does it, um, like in a cast iron and then transfers it to the oven type of a thing. That usually comes out well, and he likes it. Oops, getting notifications of people at the front door or giving away some stuff. So we put it all out, and they're coming to get it. I just realized I haven't had my coffee yet today. We've been getting stuck at night trying to figure out what to watch. Um, some friends of ours keep recommending The Pit, which I've heard good things about, but I don't know. By the end of the day, My brain's just too fried for drama. Finally get the kids to bed, getting lunches made, getting things set for the next day. The house is a mess. The dishes need to be done. It's like I can't. I There's too much stress going on with too much drama going on with my own work and job and life. I don't need to watch somebody else's. We've been more into like the lighthearted um, murder shows that are like there's a murder, but then the people are only, I don't know. It's like semi-serious because of the murder, and they want to catch the murderer, but there's like comical stuff that happens along the way, like lighthearted. I know it's a long-running show. It's had several people in it, several main characters, where we've gone back to rewatch, which we started trying to watch it a long time ago. We're going back and starting again. Um, Death in Paradise. Right now, we're at that stage. It's been so long since we watched it that we're watching episodes like, I kind of remember this. I don't remember who did it. I don't remember what happened, but I remember this. But I think we're catching up to where we were before. Oh, what's going on over here? Whoops. What's happening? What's happening? There we go. Don't want my computer to go to sleep. That would be no good. Just checking something. I'll be right back. Well, I mean, not that I'll be right back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just moving stuff around. There we go. Half the time I was going to come down here to do this is going to end up being taking the in apart. That was not what I was expecting. Oh, and something else. There's so many pieces for this missing probably because like I'm also thinking there's lots of pirate flags that I was seeing when I was going through. I was going through looking for people. I went through the bins one time in the basement to find all people, heads, legs, torsos, helmets, hats, and then any pieces that were typically used by them. So weapons, so like lightsabers and pistols and hat. I think I already said hats. But anything that goes with the people, I was trying to separate them out into a separate bin so that if I was putting a set together, it's like I'm missing a pirate, or I'm missing a woodland guy, or I'm missing a knight. Like, where do I go? And so instead of digging through every bin, I go to this one bin that has people and people parts. And then I tried to make it be that anything that could be, even if it's something else, but it could be used as something people I put in there. So like all those pieces that are like binocular type pieces I put in there. I know sometimes the lightsaber hilts are used for other pieces. They're not always lightsaber hilts, but I put them in there because then if I ever go looking for a piece, I say, well, you know what? That's a lightsaber hilt. I'll go looking where I put all the lightsaber hilts and I'll take one out of there. Um, so we did that. I can't remember why I was saying that. Going through all the pieces, looking for a people pieces. I don't know. But those other bins over there could be where other. Oh, oh boy. Well, I see it. I see it. It's not lost yet. Should probably get it now before it disappears, and then I say, where the heck did it go? It was right there. Before I go and knock it underneath something, never to be seen again. Right over there. Yeah, got it. Almost there. I've almost finished taking this apart. And let's see what else is going on. This one I might need to get the separator. This one's not doing much for me. All right. I give up. I'm getting the separator piece. There's one right over here. I just need to get over here. Get it. All right, here I come. Okay. There we go. Whoops. That's fine. I think that was okay, actually. Oh no. I don't like putting the pieces in like that. Okay. This and this and this and this. And this is, oh, that's a solid piece. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Okay, maybe there is. I'm not sure if there's enough sail pieces in there. There might be more. There might be more pirate ship pieces hiding someplace else. Although I think the sails are a later part of the build, so it may not matter. I've also been doing, I've talked about it before on streams, but I'm also doing Sober October. Not because I feel like I have any problem, but just health wise, it seemed like something to try. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. Hmm. Ah, there we go. Like, I didn't feel I had any problem with drinking, or just I needed a reset. I was um, more drinking when I didn't need to. It was like feeling like I was just I was it was the same problem I have with snacking. I find myself wandering into the kitchen and grabbing a snack, even if I'm not hungry. Well, it was the same thing. I was finding myself mindlessly grabbing a beer, um, like at night. Sometimes when it was probably a little bit late for a beer. I don't always like to have them too late. Um, and sometimes I'd have ones that were only like okay, like they weren't the best beers either. Oop, nuts. Okay, I don't know what piece that was. I don't know where it went. I'm gonna go look for it in a second. But it was I didn't feel like I had a problem, but I needed to be more mindful of it. So I said, you know what? I've heard about this sober October. I'm gonna do my best to take October off. And I wasn't gonna go crazy if we got a chance to go out to eat, go out to dinner, and they had good cocktails. I wasn't gonna not have something. But just regular whenever, I wasn't going to bother. I was going to try not to. And so far, it's been working. I'm definitely now at the mood where instead of it being like, oh man, I really want to have a beer, it's now I'm looking forward to the end when I can have something that is enjoyable and worth having. Worth having. So, all right, let's see. Oh, yeah, see, cannons? The cannons aren't in here. The cannons are all over the place. Cannons are a hot item. Okay, so this guy, I do have him built. This little guy. So he's built already. The pirate captain, I don't have his feather. Oh, and I don't have his decorative stuff either, or the torch, or the sword. But I don't know that I'm going to go digging for those right now. I don't think they're in there. Some of the pieces are. Like I know his feather is, but the other pieces are probably in the other bin. So I'll look for those later. And then there's the other guy whose torso is missing. So I've got his head, I've got his legs, and then the skeletons. The skeletons are another big item. My kids love taking the skeletons. All right, let's build something else. There's the treasure chest. We can work on building this bird. I know some of these pieces from before. Let's see. And I think this is one. Yep, that's one. And this. Okay, so I know this goes on here. Building the bird. And then I need a white. Oh, and if I find stuff as I go, I'll put it on. So, like this guy, he's got the white for his hat. There we go. He's getting there. There's no swords in here either. Actually, doesn't one of them have a torch for the flame? The captain does. Okay, so if I find a dark brown thing, there's the flame. The flame for his torch. This looks like a droid arm. I don't know why that's in here. Is it Lego? So hard to see the. I think it is. Oh my goodness, I'll have to take a closer look. One of the things my son really likes is any Lego droid. Oh, he actually wants the Advent calendar, the Star Wars Advent calendar with the droids. But I like the droids. It's like I know the problem is that one's got like so much nothing in it. I don't really like that. So that's just for anyhow. We got him the Mind Captain. What am I looking for? The white piece. There it is. This is like the old school building with everything on one big bag. All right, now just a black stud. That's a flat one. I swear I just saw the F1 racer's visor. Hmm. Oh, nope. Ah, this one. Sure hope I don't need too many of these. Okay, that. What is going on over here? Yeah, I don't. Why is it going to sleep? Don't go to sleep. All right, let's see. Apparently, it was an energy saver mode. I don't want it to be an energy saver. I mean, I want to be an energy saver. I just don't want it to be an energy saver mode right now. I don't want my computer turning off. No, I'm trying to stream. All right, now I've got one of these. I need two of these. The yellow and then the blue, dark blue curved pieces. So yellow, here's a yellow. Okay. I need another one of these blue and a yellow. Yellow should be if it's in here. There's the other yellow. There's a dark blue. All right, so I need a dark blue. Dark blue. Okay, so there's that light blue. I just need the dark blue piece to go. Actually, isn't the driver a girl? It's not my pirate energy, so. Oh, hey, another separator. Darth Maul's head, the top of his head, was like horns. Hmm, can't find it. I mean, I suppose I could just move on for now. See if we find it later. Be pretty clear that that part's missing. Maybe that's what I'll do for now. Yeah, cannons. I'm not gonna do the cannons. Cannons are all upstairs. I'll find them later. The shark. Okay, we can start building the shark. Gray. And this. Hmm, I'm not building them. There we go. There's another one of those cases where the light gray strikes again. I was looking for dark gray. Okay, then some of these. What kind is it? It's the essentials. Okay. There's one. And the break is almost over. We'll see how far through this shark we can get. These are dark gray. Okay. Starting to think any of these like bin rebuilds, I might not stream. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Stream it, don't stream it. I'm doing it anyway. But only because it's so much harder when it's in this bin. I feel like it would be better if I was doing like my bumblebee transformer. Where's this one? Yeah. I feel like it would be better if I was doing like the bumblebee transformer and like actually going to this bad so I can more focus on other things. I mean, at the moment, I don't have to worry too much about the chat. It's easy enough for me to look back, but maybe for the future. It's just hard because then I'm looking the wrong direction. The start of the shark. I know this next piece right here. There it is, because I remember putting it in there. I think this is part of the shark. I'm gonna take it out. in. Hmm, I don't know. Hey, computer, come on. I don't know what's going on. It's all plugged in. Why is it going to sleep? When it's plugged in, yeah, I don't want any of these things. All right. Bit of find it right now. So I'm gonna call it for there. Call it at that point for now. And I'll have to look for that piece and I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. Maybe I might live stream other sets for now. Like the Bumblebee, the Transformer set where I just have all the pieces. I don't have to go digging and finding pieces. They're here and I could just do that. So we'll see. Instead, maybe I'll just build this and do a review on it when I get a chance. Because the pirate ship is a nice set. I've always liked the pirate ships. They're one of my favorites, one of my favorite themes, and I really want to get maybe the Black Pearl for Christmas or something. Um, and I've been really enjoying the pirates. I wanted to set it up. I can't remember if it's on sale. I know it's retiring. So if the Pirates is one that you'd be interested in getting, you'll have to get it soon. I think it's at the end of the year it's going to retire, but I'm not positive about that. So it's a set that would be a fun one to have if you were interested. But that's going to be it for me for right now. I'll see if I pop back on later, but this was just a quick little short one while I took a little break from work. I think it's probably been about an hour. But thanks for watching. If you're catching this later, please consider liking and subscribing. It would really help me out. I'm trying to get this kind of started as just a little sort of side hobby thing. So if there's anybody who was interested and wanted to check out Lego, look at some of the reviews, some of the ones that I've been building. One of the things I can talk about for some of the sets is how well kids can put them together. Um, my son asked for Jabba's barge. He begged for Jabba's barge for Christmas last year. It took him probably about 3 months to do it, and he did it mostly on his own. We just helped out a little bit here and there to help clear off the table if we needed the table cleared. And sometimes he would get bored with some of the pieces. There were definitely some where we had to come over and give him a hand because he would say that he couldn't figure out what to do next. He couldn't figure out how the next piece was supposed to go on because it didn't fit. And we'd go back and find that he was off by one stud somewhere along the line, and it was um, hard for him to find where it was supposed to be. So it took a little bit of time, but then he'd find it, then he'd fix it, and then we'd keep going. But for the most part, I mean, my wife and I probably helped him a little bit here and there, but he probably did about 85 to 90% of it all on his own, maybe more. And and it just took him a really long time. So that's really what we're finding with most of the sets. I know the more complicated ones with the higher ages definitely seem to have more pieces, more intricate things, more complicated things that are harder if a kid was going to try to put it together. But it's not impossible if they take their time. So depending on what your kid is like and what they like for Lego, they could potentially do it. Um, it almost doesn't seem like it matters. It just seems like it's going to take longer for a younger kid to do it. There are a lot of smaller pieces, it seems, so there's more things to get lost. But there's more happening in a single page, in a single step, it seems, for the adult sets, whereas the kid ones is like, this block next goes here. These two block next go here. And so that part's a little bit easier for them. But they're all doable for the most part. He had a hard time at the very beginning when he was first starting out, but he really enjoys it now. And if we started thinking we'd bring a Lego set for him to open when we'd go on vacation, something to keep him busy. We did that one time, and we didn't do it again because we brought like 2 sets for a week vacation thinking, "Oh yeah, it'll take him some time to build them and play with them." He built like the first 2 in the first day, played with them for the next couple days, and then was bored of them, and then we didn't know what to do after that. So we now instead we pack up sets to bring to play with and rebuild, and just like loose pieces to build whatever we want. So we can kind of kill the time that way when there's downtime between things, sitting at whatever place in the hotel or the house or whatever. Um, but anyway, I am going to go. My work break is over, and I'm going to try to find some food because I'm hungry and I need coffee. So thanks for stopping by. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more live builds or quick reviews or shorts of characters that my son has put together. They're all skeletons right now, but that's what he's into at the moment, especially with Halloween coming. But other than that, I hope to see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.